Hi, my name is Tony, and this is Every Frame a Painting. So this video was supposed to be done in time for Mother's Day, but that didn't happen. Sorry, Ma. Anyways, today's film is Wolf Children, directed by Mamoru Hosoda. This is a really lovely little film, and it won the Japanese Academy Award for Best Animated Film 2 years ago. If you haven't seen it, please do, but for once, my video will provide no spoilers, so you can enjoy this without having seen Wolf Children. My subject today is a single shot from the film right here. It's a lateral tracking shot lasting 57 seconds, and it follows the two children, Ame and Yuki, from 1st grade to 4th grade without any cuts. We see Ame as a loner in 1st grade, while his sister Yuki adjusts to life in school. We see him bullied, we see her reaction, and we see her find a place in the classroom while he starts to ditch class. That's really it. So why do I think this shot is actually kind of amazing? This might sound like a weird thing to say, but I've never really understood how to use the lateral tracking shot. Like, I've seen other directors use it, sometimes beautifully, but I've never figured out how to pull it off myself. Because when you break it down, the lateral tracking shot is kind of weird. It's one of the least subjective shots in cinema. It's actually one of the most objective. It doesn't really suggest any character's point of view, it just suggests you're an omniscient god and you're just watching. And it's very literal. What you see is what you get. So what do you use it for? Most filmmakers use it as a quick establishing move. When you want to start a scene and end in your master, it's a pretty simple way to go.
Hey man, if I was to accidentally shave off a nipple, would it be covered by workman's comp?
Sadly, in the last 5 years, this type of shot has just been beaten into the ground by DSLRs and sliders. Even good movies shot on DSLR have this slider overkill going on. So yeah, we can find a better way to use it. Well, what else is there? Another place you see the shot is in war movies. When you want to show the vastness of an army or the world around some soldiers, the lateral tracking shot will do the trick. It's really the go-to shot for establishing a camp.
Oh, goddamn, running a needle and a stack of needles.
It's also great for running, whether that be people running towards destiny or towards the woman they love, even just running to run. Hell, why not slow motion? Or Tom Cruise. And I don't know why, but it's also really popular for supermarkets, maybe because they're soulless and terrible, like the Safeway near my house. Godard seems to have done the definitive I hate supermarkets shot in cinema. And there's a bunch of other like one-off uses by certain filmmakers. Peter Greenaway uses it to make the frame feel like a moving painting. I've seen Park Chan-wook use it for an amazing fight scene. I've seen Buster Keaton use it for physical comedy. I've seen Scorsese use it for a mass execution, and I also really like this one-off gag from Toy Story. Some filmmakers make it a personal statement. Kubrick loved it, I think because it showed things the way they were and not how we imagined them to be. He used it brilliantly in Paths of Glory to show just the extent of the war in the trenches. And in The Shining, it's everywhere, and it's one of the ongoing ways that he built a sense of dread. The environment just feels oppressive when you look at it like this. Another person who uses it a lot is Wes Anderson, I think, because it conveys that kind of dollhouse, flat, storybook look that he loves. It's also kind of inherently funny when you have bright colors and people moving in straight lines like this. I don't know, it's kind of weird. But the one thing I rarely see the lateral tracking shot used for is intimacy. It's not really an intimate shot. Like, no matter what, you always seem to end up at a distance from the characters. And even the greatest filmmakers know this. So how can you make this shot, which isn't really intimate, intimate?
Did you get my flowers in the...
Here's one way by Martin Scorsese.
You didn't get them. I sent some flowers.
Track away from the character.
Can I call you again?
It's weird because it's unmotivated and it's the opposite of what you're taught to do, but it really works. It feels empty and sad and lonely, and it makes you feel bad for Travis Bickle by removing him from your field of view.
I tried several times to call her, but after the first call, she wouldn't come to the phone any longer.
Or here's another. This is widely considered one of the greatest shots in the history of cinema. The fascinating thing about this shot is just sheer length. It's 9 minutes long, and it's the main character trying to take this candle from one end to the other. But since the shot has only one visual focus and one dramatic goal, Tarkovsky can just let the moment unfold. We see every step the character takes, every failure, every retry. The shot's length puts you in a weird meditative trance, and because it's so simple, you can read it as a symbol or a metaphor for any struggle you could possibly want. It's a real model of simplicity and purity. And then there's this. I actually think this is the most emotional use of this camera move in the last 5 or 10 years. And just to prove it, watch how the exact same moment plays if I take out the track and do a straight cut. Or dissolve. Or push in. This is a perfect example of where the lateral move is exactly right. Being further away from the characters makes this moment that much sadder, because we can't help them. Moving left to right implies that time has passed and we can never go back. So all that brings us back to Wolf Children. Like a few shots on this list, it's actually a really intimate little piece. It shows kids growing up right before your eyes. But unlike every other shot on this list, it's actually physically impossible. This isn't a literal shot, it's figurative. It's really only possible through the magic of movies, and specifically in this case, animation. It moves back and forth through time and space, and all it does is tell the story of these kids growing up. So even if you're like me and you don't really understand how to use a lateral tracking shot, it's great to see that someone out there clearly does get it and is pushing forward the visual grammar in some small, concrete way. By the way, the rest of this film is really lovely and beautiful and will probably make you cry at the end, and call your mom right afterwards. So go watch it. Happy Mother's Day.